Hello. For this lightweight wrap, I'm using a number 4 worsted weight yarn. And today I have an N or a 9.00 millimeter crochet hook. I have a pair of scissors and a yarn needle. Now, the crochet hook, you just use the size that you want. There's no set measurement on this project. I believe on this wrap I used a size K crochet hook, and from point to point this one these motifs measure 6 inches, but what's important is the overall length and width. This one is 54 inches long by 18 inches wide, and it's 9 motifs long and 3 motifs wide. But that's because that's what I wanted to do. And there are no rules with this one. You just keep adding your motifs until it's as long as you want, and then you keep adding your rows until it's as wide as you want. Alright, so get started. This is only, the motifs are only 3 rounds, so it works up fairly quickly. And we're going to start off with chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And now we're just going to slip stitch into that first chain to join. Now we're going to work inside this ring and on top of this tail. Chain 1, single crochet into the ring, chain 2, single crochet into the ring, chain 2, and we're going to do that 6 more times so that we have 8 single crochets and 8 chain 2 spaces. Once I get all 8 done, I'll meet you back here. Okay, I have 8 single crochets, and this is my last chain 2. So let's slip stitch to that first single crochet to join. So now I have 8 single crochets and 8 chain 2 spaces. We're going to slip stitch into this next chain 2 space and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to act as our first double crochet. So let's work a double crochet in that same chain 2 space for a total of 2. Now chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and work 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. So that's 1 and 2. So we're not working in the single crochets at all. We're just working in the chain 2 spaces. We're going to chain 6, 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, and repeat that all the way around. And when we get back to the beginning, I'll meet you back. Okay, I have worked my way around, and this is my last chain 6. So we're just going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 at the beginning to join. Now let's slip stitch in the next double crochet and slip stitch into this chain 6 space. Now chain 1 and work 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 2, and work 4 more single crochet in the same space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to skip these 2 double crochet. We're only working in the chain 6 spaces on this round. So let's work 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 2, and 4 more single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do this all the way around. 4 single crochet, chain 2, 4 single crochet in each of our chain 6 loops. And when we get to the end, I'll meet you back. Alright, I have worked my way all the way around. And now we're just going to slip stitch in this first single crochet to join. And fasten off. So we have our first motif made. Now make another one just like this one. Do the chain 3, slip stitch to form a ring, chain 1, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, chain 2 until you have 8 single crochets in 8 chain 2 spaces and join. Then slip stitch into the first chain 2 space, chain 3 to act as our first double crochet, and then another double crochet in that same chain 2 space, chain 6, 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. Do that all the way around, and then stop there for the last round, and I'll meet you back and we'll carry on. Okay, I have worked on my second motif. And slip stitch into this double crochet and slip stitch into the chain 6 space, and chain 1, work 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this time we're just going to chain 1, bring in our first motif, and in any one of these chain 2 spaces we are going to slip stitch these 2 motifs together. Okay, now chain 1 and go ahead and finish up the 4 single crochet. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 single crochet in the next chain 6 space, 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 1. Now we're going to slip stitch into the chain 2 right next to the one that we just slip stitched into, effectively joining these 2 motifs together. Chain 1. Let's finish with our 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the rest of these, you just 4 single crochet, chain 2, 4 single crochet all the way around until you get to the beginning, slip stitch to join, and then fasten off. And that's the way this is made all the way across. Now when you go to join your next motif, it's going to be directly across from the join that you already have. So you have 2 2 loops on each side that are left unworked, and then you attach to the next 2. You're going to do that all the way across until you have enough to make this as long as you want it to be. I'm probably going to go ahead and make mine 9 motifs long, but you make yours the way that you want to, and then once we get that done, I'll meet you back so I can show you how we make the rows. Okay, I have completed my first row. I have 9 motifs here. Okay, so I'm going to begin my second row, and this is the way that we're going to do all of the rows. I have one of the motifs ready to connect. I just need to slip stitch into the double crochet and slip stitch into the chain 6 space, chain 1, work 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now chain 1. Now working on the right side of this row, we're going to skip these 4 chain 6 loops and connect at the bottom. So let's go ahead and slip stitch these 2 together, chain 1, and let's complete our 4 single crochet. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 single crochet in the next chain 6 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, slip stitch the 2 motifs together, chain 1, and let's finish this 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now for the rest of these chain 6 spaces, we're just going to do the 4 single crochet, chain 2, 4 single crochet all the way around, and then slip stitch to join when you get to the first single crochet, and then we will come back and continue on. Alright, I have this motif finished. So now moving on to the next one. I have one prepared. I just need to slip stitch into that double crochet and slip stitch into the chain 6 space, chain 1, 4 single crochet, that's 2, 3, 4, chain 1. Now we need to connect this to the top and also to the side. So I'm going to start my connection in this, let me make sure you can see, in this chain 6 space right here, and then we'll connect in this, and then we will come up and connect over on the top part. So let's go ahead and get this one connected. So slip stitch, chain 1, 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the next chain 6 space, 4 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, chain 1. Now we have to connect it into this chain 6 space, or into the chain 2 of this chain 6 loop. So just slip stitch these together and chain 1. And work our 4 single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 4 single crochet in our next chain 6 space, and that's 4, chain 1. So we have our side connected to this one we just got finished doing. Now we have to attach this top to the bottom of this next motif in the row. These 2 that are unworked. So let's slip stitch these 2 together. Chain 1. Let's finish our 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 single crochet in the next chain 6 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1. Now we're going to connect to the bottom, right beside our last connection. So slip stitch into that chain 2 space and chain 1, and finish up our 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a connection on the side and a connection on the top. Now for the rest of this, you just do the 4 single crochet, chain 2, 4 single crochet all the way around, and then when you get to the first single crochet, just slip stitch, fasten off. And that's how we are going to connect all the rest of these. They will be connected to the last motif that you made on their side, and they will be connected to the motif that's on top of them. You're going to do that all the way across, and you are going to end up with the unworked chain 6 spaces on your left end as well. But that's simply it. You just do this until you have as many rows as you want. I'm going to go with 3 rows. So once you get all the rows that you want to complete your wrap, I will meet you back here and we will work the border. Okay, this is my last motif. I just have to deal with these ends, and since we worked over this tail at the beginning, we can just snip that off, and then I just use my yarn needle to weave this into my work back and forth so there's no chance of it coming out. I've already done this to all the rest of my work as I was working along. Okay, just snip that off. So now we just have to address the border. I'm sorry about that. That's the cockatoo in the next room. I promise nobody's being tortured or harmed in any way. It's just the cockatoo. Now for our border, I am just going to attach with a single crochet. And it's a really easy border. You can start anywhere you want. I'll just start here. What we're going to do is we're going to work 3 single crochets in every one of our chain 2 spaces. And I'm working over this tail. Then we're going to single crochet in the next 3 single crochets, which brings us into this kind of valley. And in each of those, all we're going to do is single crochet 2 together. Like that. And then we'll crochet up the next 3 single crochet. And that's the entire border all the way around. So 1. My yarn's being difficult. 2, 3, 3 single crochet in the chain 2 space, and single crochet in the next 3 single crochets, and then single crochet the next 2 together. So just do that all the way around, and then your wrap will be done. Now this wrap is intended for when there's just a slight nip in the air and you just kind of need a whisper of, or maybe a hint of warmth. That's why we have so many big openings. However, if you would like it to be warmer, you could, I don't know, crochet a flower and sew it in these openings, or another motif for a square, or whatever you want to do to close up some of these openings. And that would make it warmer. But this is just for, I don't know, in the evening when there's a little nip in the air. Now just to show you, when I originally designed this motif, I was working on trying to come up with a little girl's bathing suit cover, a little skirt. And that's why I originally designed this actual motif. So here it is, the exact same thing that's been worked with number 10 crochet thread. And I was looking at this when I got it done, and I was thinking, you know, that would be a pretty wrap. So that's how it evolved from this little skirt. And if I can find one of the ends here, and there's the difference with the crochet thread and the crochet number 4 worsted weight yarn. So you never know where your designs are going to take you. And for this, once I connected all of my little motifs and put them where I wanted them, I just used a different color, pink in this case, of number 10 crochet thread, and I just crocheted a border. And then I just crocheted a long, well, it's a chain, and then I slip stitched through the chain to make it into a drawstring so that the little skirt ties on the side. Just a cute little cover-up skirt for a little girl to wear with her bathing suit. So there you are. I do hope you will give this shawl a try, or this wrap a try, and thank you so much for watching.